Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about Lewis Hamilton's comments on the brake failure he suffered in Singapore, as well as an update on McLaren. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Lewis Hamilton, who has spoken about the brake issues he suffered in Singapore. Now Hamilton was having a very good final stint of the Grand Prix. He had a free pit stop, so he went on to new tyres and he was very fast. He got past his teammate Charles Leclerc and he went on to challenge the Mercedes of Kimi Antonelli. But in the last few laps, Hamilton had a brake failure and as a result he had to slow down, back off significantly in order to bring the car home, and Hamilton took to cutting corners in order to get to the checkered flag. Now while Hamilton lost a huge amount of time, he was able to just bring the car home in 7th place ahead of Fernando Alonso, but Hamilton was penalised with a 5-second time penalty for cutting the track, and that promoted Alonso up to 7th and demoted Hamilton down to 8th. But Hamilton expressed no problems with the penalty as he recounted the situation ahead of the United States Grand Prix. Hamilton said, as quoted by Racing News 365, "The last few laps were definitely nerve-wracking. I finished one race in the past on 3 tyres, and now I've finished a race with 3 brakes, but it's definitely not something I want to experience again, that's for sure. But I couldn't stop the car. It was one of those scenarios where the pedal went straight to the end and there was nothing there. So I had no choice but to go on those exit roads, otherwise I wouldn't have made it around the corners, and I think the penalty was fine. It doesn't make a big difference to me." But let's move on to McLaren, with there being quite an update following the controversial incident in Singapore between their two drivers, Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. Basically, at the start of the race, Norris had a good start and went for a move up the inside of Piastri into turn 3. But Norris went in to Piastri's car as he made the overtake, and McLaren initially felt that Norris had only banged into Piastri's car as a direct result of first tagging the back of Max Verstappen's Red Bull ahead of them, and as a result Norris was allowed to keep the position ahead of Piastri. And we heard on the team radio Piastri was not happy about this. He wanted the position back. But following discussions with McLaren after the Singapore race weekend, Piastri revealed in Austin that his teammate took responsibility for the clash, and it was also revealed that there would be repercussions for Norris, with Piastri saying, as quoted by Sky F1, "The talks from Singapore were very productive with everyone involved. The conclusion was what happened in Singapore is not how we want to go racing as a team, and ultimately Lando has taken responsibility for that. So that's in the past now, and the rules won't change because of that. Ultimately, we've got that framework in place for a reason, and there's no reason for that to change now. It's been dealt with. I can't say what the repercussions are. It's for the team to know. Ultimately, he's taken responsibility for it, and there is a form of repercussion for that." And speaking about it from his point of view, Norris said, as quoted by Sky F1, "Things were reviewed, and there are and will be repercussions for me until the end of the season. It's not like I've got away with anything, but it was also an incident that was small, and there was potential to try and avoid it. I said after the race, I can't afford to make contact and have anything happen like what happened, because I put just as much risk on my whole championship from something going wrong as I do on whoever I might be racing against. Of course, repercussions for myself, but otherwise the engagement and how we go racing is the same as it's always been." Now it's not clear what those consequences are. It could be a warning for Norris, so if it happens again there will be consequences, or there could be consequences now. I mean, maybe Oscar gets the preferred strategy, who knows? But in my opinion, I think this is a bit silly, and I'd feel the same way if it was Piastri doing what Norris had done. I mean, at the end of the day, the Constructors' Championship is wrapped up, and in my opinion, I feel McLaren should just let their drivers battle it out now for the championship without intervening. I know fairness between their two drivers has been a key principle, and I just feel give them the same strategy and let them get on with it, let them battle it out on the track. I don't see the need for this interference. I mean, you look at Mercedes and there was none of this when Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg were fighting it out for the title. Of course, if your two drivers hit each other, they make contact. I think stern words should be had. But I think that's as far as it goes. Repercussions? I don't think there's any need for that from McLaren. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. And until the next one, take care. Bye.